All right, just got the car into place. Haven't got it yet. Don't even have it on the quick jacks yet. But I had to get everything else out of the basement. Getting ready to get the mileage off this real quick. Today's December 20 of 25. There we go. 52,275 miles. Getting ready to do everything. Getting ready to do oil change. Getting ready to do brake fluid, clutch fluid, coolant flush and fill. Brake fluid, clutch fluid, coolant, oil change, and then we're going to do the differential, and then we're also going to do the manual transmission fluid. So we're going to do all the fluids in one sitting. So that's what's to be expected for this video. Again, December 2025. All right, as I said, we're doing all the fluids, so I figured I'd lay everything out so everybody can see what we're doing here. Transfer pumps, got 2 of those. Doing the Bosch, whatever that, ESI 6, which is .3, 4, and 5.1. A buddy of mine uses that in his S2K and says it's great stuff. Bought some Techron for the fuel. It says high mileage, but they didn't have the other differential. Honda transmission fluid, manual transmission fluid, Honda coolant, and then my Honda 1030 oil, new filter. Anyway, got everything squared away. Bought the oil at the Honda dealer at Ed Oil. The Amazon came from Speedway Motors. The differential, and then they didn't put my name on this one, so I don't have to hide my name, but that's the coolant and the manual transmission fluid. Walmart receipt for the Techron and some other stuff I bought for my diesel truck. But anyway, that's what we're getting ready to knock out. All right, folks, the oil is still draining because I had to do this with the oil cold. So supercharger drain line still dripping. I'm draining the coolant. Coolant looks brand new, so I don't have a receipt from this car from when I bought it from the guy that owned it for 10 years. He did a lot of maintenance on it, but I don't have a receipt showing that he did the coolant. But this coolant definitely looks fairly new. But hey, no big deal. We're gonna do it with new stuff anyway. It's gonna take a while to drain 2 gallons, I bet. Haven't done anything with the brakes yet. Haven't done anything with the trans or the diff. Gonna do that when my buddy Mike gets here. Get what I can get done. I already got the oil filter on. I'll show you that in a second. All right, we're down to like 1 drip over a second. I don't have patience to let it drip more than that. Go ahead and hook this bad boy back up. Do it hand tight first. I'll tighten it up. All right. Get all the oil off of it. Looking for my 7/8. Going the opposite way there, David. All right. Not too tight, just kind of the old German torque spec. Good and tight. Again, clean the rest of the oil off of it. Check for any drippage later after we fill it back up. Just want to make sure I got oil in the car before we did anything else, just in case we got stupid and forgot to put oil in it before I crank it to check everything else. New filter, there's that, brand new. I need to wipe that oil off the bottom because I pre-filled the filter, obviously. A little bit, I need to wipe that off. All right, enough on this step. Coolant still draining. All right, again, I already put the new filter on and did the, what was it, one in like hand tight and then turn it like an 1/8 of a turn, which I did. So that's good. Need to get that oil off the bottom of it real quick though. And that cooler's taking its own sweet time to get out of there. Brand new oil going in. Already put the almost the 0.1 because I had one from the last oil change. So we will do these on camera. I'll cut it down to where it just shows all 5 because I like to document everything. Number 2. I'm sure you hear my cat Figaro. He wants to come into the garage or the basement down here with me. Number 3. Finished draining them off camera, but I want to get the 5 on camera. Set that one over there. Already got the top loosened on that one. Number 4. And prop that one up. There's 4 lids. Get the rest of this one off of here. And I won't do all of this one because, like I said, I used a little bit of the last one I had, and it was probably more than the 0.1 that it holds. So we'll do almost half. I'll do the half. Just a little, that was a little more than a half. Yeah, I better stop there just to make sure I get it exactly right. Top of the, but there's all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, coolant completely drained. I'm gonna tighten this petcock real quick. Took pliers to get that thing loose. That's what I'm tightening right there. Can't see. And then I drain the overflow. Gonna put one little extra on it with the wrench. There we go. All right, now off the ground. That is done. We washed the coolant reservoir out, and it basically just sits back down in there like so. Do that. Clean the cap off. The vent for these is right there, so it can drain out of the engine. Now this has that extra SOS cooler on it. It has coolant in it. It is the air to water intercooler, or an extra heat exchanger, so to speak. But it has its own loop with a electronic pump. So this has only been on here for like 5,000 or 6,000 miles. So it's probably good. Not going to change that. Just doing the main coolant, which I think, like I said, looked practically brand new anyway. But I don't have a receipt showing that it was done, so I'm doing it. All right, topping the radiator up, 1 down, and 1 to go.
Okay, if you're gonna oogle me.
All right, we got it running. We're trying to burp the system. Got the little nipple loose on the head up there where it bleeds. See something coming out this end. It might be close to being topped up now. We'll find out here in a minute when the thermostat opens up. All right, I forgot to record this, but it said I had 15% oil life left, even though it's been over a year. The car hasn't had more than probably, I don't even think it's got 2,000 miles on the oil that I just changed out. But anyway, 52,275 miles. I just reset the oil trip. We're still trying to bleed. Still trying to bleed the system here. I think we got it bled. We're just making sure we got it up to operating temperature. It actually pulled it down a little bit, didn't it?
A little bit.
Should we just close that off? And actually, that's got some in it. So what we're looking at is the little tube we put on there. It's got some in the bleed tube there. And it's almost up to completely operating temperature. And I can't tell. Shine it straight down on there. Yeah, it's at the very top. I mean, I say we drive it because it's got at least a gallon and what? A third gallon and a fourth, maybe?
Pretty much, yeah.
So, anyway, it's close. I don't know. No, I mean, I don't think we'll need it for the coolant. I don't think so. All right, got the wheels off. Get ready to bleed some breakage. Guess we can do some checks here in a minute. I forgot to turn my light on. But brakes have always seemed pretty good. No grooves, no. I need to get that damn. All right, sucked enough out of there. We got a little bleed bottle. Getting ready to start doing our Bosch fluid. We'll start from the driver's front, work our way around clockwise like LHT guys say to do it. And we'll update it later.
That rim
Our
inside.
first new amount going in to top up before we start bleeding.
There you go.
All right, we're still not quite done. We did the driver's front, passenger front. We did the passenger rear. Getting ready to do this one, and it's looking really nice in there. Again, I'm using Bosch fluid. All right, see here. And this is the fluid that's basically brand new fluid. I just want to make sure I got all the trash out of it. Get this on my nipple here, playing with nipples.
Yeah, you know, they don't like that. They really don't take kindly to that if you do that like in a department store. To yourself or the mannequin.
All right, I can't record this and do the bleed process, but you understand. I'm sorry, let's see here. Yes, it's closed.
Pressed.
Closed.
Pressed.
Closed.
Pressed.
Closed.
Fine.
All right, let me empty this.
It's a fake spider.
Yeah, he thought it was a real one.
Well, I was looking at it, I was like, what the fuck is that? Looked way better than mine did.
I need to look at the receipts again. I don't remember seeing receipts for brakes, but
Might have done them himself.
that's possible. Because evidently, like I said, he bought it from the guy that guy sold to him at under 10,000 miles, and then he had it for right at 10 years.
Never used the fucking brakes.
Closed.
Press.
Closed. That's looking pretty clean, but I need to make sure the reservoir's good. I am closed.
Pressed.
Closed.
Pressed.
Closed.
Pressed.
Closed.
Before, but it feels
No, I mean, I think we did more on that one than we did any of the others.
Yeah, and that's typically how it works. Because that's like, you always got to pump more there on the first one to get all the, like, you suck at the shit out of the reservoir as best you can, but then you gotta
All right, so
do that one.
the good stuff floats to the bottom, or goes to the bottom, falls to the bottom, and that's pretty clean anyway. But yeah, so we're done with these, all four. All right, Mike and the Funky Bunch under there, doing the bleeding the brakes there, or bleeding the clutch. So I'm getting ready to do the filling with the Bosch. So this it's got any way I can film this, because I gotta press the clutch with my hand while he bleeds from the bottom. clutch fluid looking nice and clean. Wiped it out of the bottom. A couple little dark spots, but couldn't really get those off of there. But it's clean. I did spill a little bit, so it's hopefully gonna come out the bottom. I have to try to stick a rag down in there. Anyway, done with the clutch. Got to top it up. Close it up and be done. All right, transmission draining. Actually, that fluid looks pretty good, to be honest with you. I don't have a current receipt showing that it was done recently, but either way, doing it regardless.
Don't smell that great though.
Transmission fluid changed. Just a little bit left in that one. A little bit left in that one. I already threw the transfer pump away. Got one left, had two. Anyway, 5 out of the 6, and I got to do the diff and we'll be done. Put these wheels and tires on, rather. I guess I could go ahead and be doing that now anyway. Wheels, tires back on. I got to do a final torque, but they're certainly ready. Still got to get rid of all my oil, coolant. There's everything that's empty. I got a bunch of oil to get rid of from my diesels and all my other cars. I always forget to record as we're draining, but there's your fill hole and your drain hole. Now, actually, the liquid doesn't look that bad. And we were checking the, I already wiped some off of it, but there's a little bit of metal material, but according to Mike, that's not bad at all and very, very normal.
You got almost none on the fill plug.
Let me see the fill plug.
Fill plug's clean.
Of course, it doesn't have, that's not magnetic.
No, it is, but it's clean.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's just not any on there.
So I'll finish getting that one clean for the drain. Fucking turbo won't shut up. Anyway, on the side of the car, aftermarket exhaust. What are those? I can't remember what these are called.
Meaty something?
I don't know.
Tenneco, maybe.
Teneby. Anyway.
Never heard of them. It says something touring exhaust.
Yeah, it's supposed to be kind of mild until you get on it. When I get on it, it gets a little loud, but alrighty. Well, last fluid, we'll be done for the night. It's after midnight, unfortunately, but just want to document it all. I set it down. Okay, so here we're going back in with the mobile. A little thicker as far as the 140 versus 90 because this car is supercharged, so we're adding a little extra protection to the differential there. We're going to do our pumpy pump. I can't really record it while we're doing it, but it is going in. And to top it off, after everything, just dump this in the fuel. I know it says high miles, like I said, they didn't have the regular, and to be honest with you, I don't think there's any difference. But I like to keep my fuel system clean, so there's that. And again, 52,275. I don't feel like freaking cranking it. We're getting ready to go to bed. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, or my buddy's leaving. But either way, all 6 fluids changed. We topped, let's see, we did brakes, clutch, oil, coolant, trans, and diff, and then added fuel treatment. So that's a done deal. December 20th, 2025. All the fluids.